This broadcast is a Stephen K. Media production.
The success of the small business person is the cornerstone of the American economy. Welcome to the Small Business Today Show with your hosts, Cruz and Hughes. The Small Business Today Show is for and about small business advancement and development. What we do for you. We'll be taking your calls as we provide you small business intelligence and mentorship needed to grow your business creatively. Keep listening. The Small Business Today Show with Cruz and Hughes starts now.
Hello and welcome back to today's episode of Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughes, where we broadcast every day right here on Blog Talk Radio from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this is the place where we discuss the topics that inspires entrepreneurs from thought to action. Guys, if you want to join the conversation, feel free to give Urban and myself a call. We're in the studio right now waiting on you. The number here is 347-857-3958. Again, that number here to the studio is 347-857-3958. Now, if you're watching this via cruzandhughes.com, we always encourage you to go there if you want to click into the Blog Talk archives. There's a link there to get you onto the right Blog Talk portion of their site. And there's also a Ustream version where Irv and we stream this show live right from our homepage each and every day. We are in the process now, guys. We're wanting to clean the quality of the content up that we provide to you to show appreciation for the level of growth that we have amassed for this show in just 6 short months. We are getting thousands and thousands of downloads each and every month. We appreciate you for your participation and to encourage you, to let you know that what Irv and I do every day is done for you. We always want to hear from you. If there's a show topic, if there's someone that you need to hear from, if there's a level of expertise that perhaps we haven't presented, we invite you to send us an email. You can email Irvin at
cruzandhughes.com,
or you can email me, John Cruz, at cruzandhughes.com. We keep it nice, clean, and simple for you. Irvin?
Yes, sir.
Well, today is Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
And how was your day today, sir?
I had a fantastic day just out with my lady.
Is that right?
That's right.
I see you wearing your red.
I got my Valentine's red on.
Oh, that's the come love me look there.
Oh, man, that's it right there. Honey, if you're watching, here I am coming home, honey.
So today is Valentine's Day, and I am holding a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Me too.
And it's not because they're our newest sponsor. It's
right.
Because this was our Valentine's Day from Stephen K.
That's right.
Who tortures us by coming in most days with good-smelling food. And today, in the years that we've known him, he decided to bring us a gift and brought us something to eat, so we thought we'd honor him by eating it right here on the air.
That's exactly right. In fact, if you're watching right here at cruzandhughes.com, my good buddy John is chewing right now and cannot speak. So I'm going to carry the ball until he at least gets his first swallow of his McDonald's cheeseburger.
Well, you know, this is a good cheeseburger. Especially at the end of the day when you haven't had lunch. I mean, this here really, this is what the doctor ordered.
And that was very thoughtful, Stephen.
So, Stephen, we want to say Happy Valentine's Day to you, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring you anything. That's all right. Well, little house cleaning measures.
Sure.
You have an event that's going on tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. I do. I have an event going on tomorrow.
So for those of you who are in the Houston area, I want you to hear this. We want you to participate. Tell us a little bit about the class again.
Yeah, what I've got is I've got a government contracting seminar. It's going to be coming up tomorrow morning. And it's going to be at 6011 West Orem. That's the address, 6011 West Orem, Houston, Texas. It's going to be at the Kingdom Builders Center. Now, the Kingdom Builders Center is part of the great Windsor Village United Methodist Church. Pastor Kirby John Caldwell is very well renowned.
They have a brand new addition to their campus.
Brand new, beautiful addition, state-of-the-art facility. And if you hadn't been out there, folks, treat yourself. Just come out there. Even if you don't want to go to our seminar, come out there and take a tour and treat yourself to it. But it's going to be happening at 10 a.m. On tomorrow morning, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So if we can get you in and get you out. But what's happening is we're hosting these seminars, free seminars, to give people information about how to get in position for some of the money that's being spent in government agencies with small businesses. And a lot of times small business owners get intimidated by all the paperwork and all that kind of stuff. We're going to show you how to work through all of that. We're going to give you all the information that you need so that you can take advantage of these contracting opportunities, and that's going to be happening at 10 a.m. Now, if you want to get some information, get your name on the list, you want to give us a call at 800-381-0073, or you can go to our website at net30, that's net30credit.com.
Did I mention that I was going to eat all of this hamburger?
No, you didn't mention that.
No, I'm going to eat it all.
You're going to eat. So what are you trying to tell me? You want me to keep talking?
No.
No, we can't do that.
I mean, I can talk with my mouth full.
Oh, man, come on. We got our good friend on that's going to be on the show today.
We have a great guest lined up for
Man, he is going to hang one of us, man.
I know it.
You, though.
Exactly. And I know he's listening to this right now, but our guest today is Mr. Dirk Cummins. And Dirk is with the MainStreetChamber.
Right.
And I'm not going to try to go into what the MainStreetChamber does, but I will say this. If you're not a part of the MainStreetChamber, we don't want you to go anywhere. We want you to listen to this interview.
Right.
And this is a chamber that you definitely want to be a part of. There are no dues. Did we mention that yet?
No, we didn't mention that yet, but that means that there's no excuse for any of our listeners not to join.
You should be participating fully in everything that the MainStreetChamber does. It is one of those chambers that is truly for and about small business.
Right.
They do events. I've had the pleasure of speaking there at one of their lunch and learns.
Sure.
I think, Irvin, they are trying to get you on the list, but they fall somewhere behind the Federal Reserve Bank and the state of Texas.
I should have known you were going to muscle me about that.
But we are working to get Irvin there.
Right.
And the beautiful part about this, now, we know that we have a national audience.
Sure.
And there's possibly a MainStreetChamber in your neck of the woods. So if you've never heard of the MainStreetChamber, I would think it has to be the fastest growing chamber of commerce in terms of signing up small business people.
It has to be, because a lot of chambers right now are going backwards, and quite frankly, they just don't have the model that the MainStreetChamber has.
They don't get it.
And the other thing, though, John, is that our guest today is the top guy in the MainStreetChamber.
Oh, yeah. He's the guy to know.
He is the guy to know. And I'm just fortunate that he's right here in Houston.
Absolutely.
But Houston's known for that, folks, for entrepreneurship. If you want to know a top person in your industry, you might want to pack up and get to Houston. Because chances are they're either from Houston, gone to school in Houston, or they've set up their business in Houston and just got here as quick as they could.
Well, without any further ado, Dirk Cummins, our guest, I want to say welcome back to the show. Dirk, how are you today?
Well, I'm sitting here eating my air pudding and wind.
I told you Dirk was going to bust you about that, John.
Well, I'm eating a McDonald's cheeseburger that was so graciously given to me by Stephen K. So I had to honor him by eating it right here live on the air today.
And it's wonderful because I'm watching you to eat that cheeseburger and wishing I was having one of those right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, if I could email you one of these, I definitely would. You know that it'd be coming right now.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, it sounds like you guys have had a great day today.
I had a fantastic day, bought roses for all of my staff.
Wow.
Bought roses for the wife. Got tonight lined up. I'm feeling very lovey-dovey this evening.
Wow.
So it's going to be not only we had a great day, we're going to have a great night, So,
you know what? That's good, John, because you know what? Dirk is cool. And you got to know how cool he is when you get around
side
Dirk.
of the pillow, baby.
Oh, man, Dirk's cool.
Dirk, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the MainStreetChamber. We're going to talk about the things that you guys are doing and how you're intending to grow, and give some insight to some of these small businesses who are also looking to grow their footprint. Stay with us. You're listening to Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughes, which is brought to you by Small Business Today magazine. It is the magazine that is for and about Houston's entrepreneurs. To get your free copy of the high-quality publication that we produce each and every month that is about business strategy, all you have to do is go to smallbusinesstodaymagazine.com, input your information, and we'll send one to your email inbox each and every month. Stay with us. Our guest today is Mr. Dirk Cummins, who is the head of the Main Street Chamber. I have Irvin Hughes in studio today, and I'm John Cruz. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Turn up the sales on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Anything Internet will evaluate your website for marketing power, for traffic, for conversion rates. We'll figure out why people buy and why people go away. We'll help you generate the correct traffic that will turn into customers and make you money. Turn the juice up on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Turn your website into a web business. 1-800-686-5986.
Very often, people come to me saying,
Stephen, how do I make radio advertising work?
or even worse,
We've tried radio ads before and got little to no response.
so how do you make the radio work for you? Well, you could have a clever jingle.
Come buy my stuff. Come buy my stuff.
Or you may act crazy and loud and have an unbeatable offer.
I'll save you cash, I'll save you time, and I'll do it today, guaranteed.
But these techniques may work for some and not for others. The real key to advertising is to go back to basic marketing principles. Target your ideal prospect, make your message clear and concise, and touch the listener by connecting to their needs. Stephen K. Media specializes in radio advertising promotion that effectively broadcasts your company's message, yielding higher response and better results. As an independent agency representing major talk radio stations, we help you negotiate rates and place your ads targeting your ideal prospect. Call us today at 713-278-9109 or visit stephenk.biz. That's 713-278-9109 or email info@stephenk.biz. Are you looking to improve your health and well-being? Have you lost your energy and vitality? Do you wake up feeling 10 years older than you actually are? Looking for a doctor who really listens? Looking for a natural alternative to your chronic health challenge? Dr. Dan Cooney is a chiropractic nutritionist who helps restore your health from the inside out using whole food supplements and specific nutritional counseling. Learn more about Dr. Dan's 7 Pillars of Health on his website, drdancooney.com, or give him a call at 713-295-9358.
Introducing the alternative to heavy news. Now,
Excuse me, heavy news?
you know, disasters, politics, stock market,
And this alternative is...
coffee news. It's entertaining stories, famous quotes, and family fun. It's light news. Why it's so light, it's free.
free?
In restaurants and coffee shops all across Houston. So next time you're waiting in a restaurant, look for coffee news. If they don't have it, tell them to get it by visiting coffeenewshouston.com.
It's light. It's free. It's coffee news.
With my Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus headset, I'm free. Free to talk to you while carrying a laptop bag, holding a cup of coffee, and fishing for my car keys. Now, you may ask me, Jim, is it really necessary to use the phone while doing all these things? And my answer is it really necessary not to? Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus. It's my so comfortable, why wouldn't I use it all day headset.
Get your Voyager Pro Plus at Plantronics.com.
You're listening to Small Business Today. Visit us on the web at cruzandhughes.com. Here are your hosts, Cruz and Hughes.
Okay, welcome back to the show. Our guest today is Mr. Dirk Cummins of the Main Street Chamber. It is Valentine's Day. Irvin and I have had a wonderful day. We're glad to be here with you guys. This is the highlight of what we do. So let's talk a little bit about the Main Street Chamber and what the Main Street Chamber does to encourage small business ownership, especially here in the Houston area. Dirk, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Main Street Chamber and how you ended up getting involved with it?
Well, thanks for asking that question, because the Main Street Chamber is a nationwide membership organization devoted strictly to small business and developing small business. We're in 28 states, the District of Columbia. We have over 125,000 members and growing strong. We'll hit 1 million members by the end of 2014. But how I got involved was kind of interesting. I was in the financial services industry, and things were a little bit slow. Leads were tough to come by, and I think probably everybody in business in the years 2008 through 2012 experienced that it was difficult to come up with new customers and new clients. And I was talking to a colleague of mine up in Minnesota, and he says, I don't have that problem anymore. I'm saying, now, wait a minute. We've known each other since the 80s, and you haven't called and told me about it? He said, well, I got to tell you about the Main Street Chamber. So, I got online real quick, and, there was not one in Houston. I'm saying, well, how do I find out about this? And he gave me the name of the CEO, and I got in touch with the CEO, and then last year, April of last year, we opened the first chapter in Houston of the Main Street Chamber. And we now have 3 chapters in the greater Houston area, one in basically West Houston, the other one in Katy, and one down in the Houston Bay area. And we're up over 700 members in the area now. It's just growing fantastic.
And that's 700 members, and that's since, what, April of last year?
That's right. Not even a full year yet.
Wow.
Wow. So you're just coming up on a year.
Yes, and we've got some wonderful things planned, and we're hoping to get to 1,000 members before the big event that we're going to have on May 2nd, big citywide event.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
So Dirk, you have a big event that's coming up?
Yes, it's called the Houston Business Legends Class of 2013. And 2 of my favorite people are going to be emceeing that event. It's going to be down at the Bayou City Event Center, and we're honored to have Cruz and Hughes as the MCs for the event that night.
Well, that's exciting.
And we're honored to be a part of that event. Not only that event, but also to be affiliated with the Main Street Chamber.
Absolutely.
You guys do all of the things that Irvin and I stand behind so emphatically. Now, if someone does not have a chamber in their area, let's say that somebody's listening in a state where one doesn't exist for hundreds of miles, what could they do?
Well, first of all, they can still join because they can take advantage of a lot of the memberships that our national sponsors bring to them. Places like Office Depot, which the Platinum membership, which you pay for, it's free to all of our members. And that doesn't accumulate points for you. That gives you actual real live discounts on what you're buying right then and there. And you know me, I like to save money. If it costs $2 and I can get it for $1.50, I'm in.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely.
They can do that, but then they can also call me or go online to or email me at info@mainstreetchamber.org and inquire about a chapter. And we will be happy to work with them and get a chapter open because we're going to grow. We're going to hit 1 million members by the end of 2014. And, we're in 28 states now. We'll be in all 50. We're already looking in Hawaii. We've got some people over there that are interested in. We already have a chapter up in Alaska, so we just have to fill in the continental United States now.
I know that's right.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, Dirk, let me ask you a question. Because as the Main Street Chamber grows, what is the plan, to the degree that you can share it with us and share with our listeners, what is the plan for the growth? Is it all going to be pretty much tied to geographics, or is it going to be tied to maybe vertical industries, or what's the plan for the growth of the Main Street Chamber?
That's a great question, Irv. The growth right now is we're growing geographically, but we're going to have to grow vertically as well. Mm-hmm. And then we're also going to have to grow. There's going to be a lot of specialty type chambers as there exist now. Those affinity groups are going to have their own chambers as well. I mean, just think about it in the Houston community alone. The affinity groups that have affinity chambers, and they're doing well as economic development councils, but they don't do anything to help small business develop and grow customers.
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring up that question, Dirk, because the Main Street Chamber model is flexible enough to actually accommodate that type of growth, that vertical growth that we were just talking about.
Yes, it is, and that's an exciting part of growth. looking at, and I can't spill the beans on one of the vertical markets that we're looking at to test it, but it's here in Houston, and and if it as it grows in this vertical market, it'll grow in markets, the same vertical markets throughout the United States.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Now, you have two other chambers here. You had one, did you say, in the Bay Area and one also in West Houston?
One in Katy.
One in Katy, okay. And who are your chapter presidents there?
Okay, in Katy, we've got Tony Gambone. In Houston, the West Houston chapter president there is Russell Johns. And our friend Bertrand McHenry is down in the Bay Area.
Very nice, very nice. And we know all of those gentlemen.
That's right.
And as a matter of fact, Bertrand has been a guest on the show. And we've had Tony on. It's been a long time since we've had him, but we may need to get
I was going to say, we need to put a hook in Tony and drag him back over here. That's what we need to do.
Now, the Main Street Chamber is in 28 states, and chances are there's one near you. But Dirk, you mentioned that they can go on to MainStreetChamber.org if they wanted to get some more information, but you did say that they could call you, but we didn't get a phone number. What number can you be reached at?
Well, let me give thanks for bringing that up. It's 713-609-9805. And if I'm tied up on the phone, hey, just leave me a quick message. I get back to my calls. Try to get them all done within the same day. So you may get a call at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, well, fair enough. That's the cool thing about our audience. They're all entrepreneurs and small business owners, and they don't necessarily have hours.
That's right. And you may have somebody pick up the phone after 8 o'clock.
That's exactly right.
Now, let's talk a little bit about small businesses. Now, when we talk about the reasons why a small business should join, I want to just sort of hit on some bullet points in terms of why you think this chamber, other than the fact that the cost is affordable,
right? Because
there is none.
That's right.
Let's talk about some of the other reasons why you think a small business should join the Main Street Chamber.
Obviously, the cost is a factor, and we're a good value there. But I think more importantly than the cost is the ability to build the relationships with other members in the business community, which helps drive your business as well as their business to new heights. And that's what we found in our chapters is that the members are businesses that have been in business over 3 years. They are succeeding to some degree, and they're looking to if you will, join with other business owners and help develop their businesses in the cities that they're in. And as you two know, because you've been to events here in Houston, they're doing business at our Main Street Chamber mixers, and it's carrying forward. We get testimonials very frequently of, wow, I've never been to a mixer where people actually cared about what my business was.
Right, right. And I think it so often small business people, we sort of, I don't know how I want to put this. We get nervous when we go to some of these mixers. And,
right.
And I'll tell you this, from the very first Main Street Chamber event that I've been to, you can't just stand in the corner and be an island unto yourself. And I think that is such a good point that we have to bring out. When you get involved, I love the fact, Dirk, that the people who belong to this chamber do care about what you do, how you do it, and they immediately start making introductions to other people who can add value to what you do, as well as your business may be able to add value to what they do. Absolutely.
And that's one of the best features, I think, about the Main Street Chamber is they're very careful to make sure that they're bringing value first, and that's across the board. I mean, I'm talking about that's not just the officers. I mean, that's the members.
Membership.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're going to take a short break, Dirk. When we come back, we're going to hit you with some more questions. And also, we want to talk about some of the things that, from your standpoint, that small business people are struggling with, and perhaps get some tips and tools from you on what they can do to overcome some of those challenges.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Very good, Dirk. You're listening to Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughes. It's brought to you by the Lexington Law Firm. When you need credit help, you can get a free consultation today by calling 888-744-7081. More with Dirk right after this.
Are you looking to improve your health and well-being? Have you lost your energy and vitality? Do you wake up feeling 10 years older than you actually are? Looking for a doctor who really listens? Looking for a natural alternative to your chronic health challenge? Dr. Dan Cooney is a chiropractic nutritionist who helps restore your health from the inside out using whole food supplements and specific nutritional counseling. Learn more about Dr. Dan's 7 Pillars of Health on his website, drdancooney.com, or give him a call at 713-295-9358.
Introducing the alternative to heavy news. Now at...
Excuse me, heavy news?
You know, disasters, politics, stock market.
And this alternative is...
Coffee news. It's entertaining stories, famous quotes, and family fun. It's light news. Why it's so light, it's free.
Free?
In restaurants and coffee shops all across Houston. So next time you're waiting in a restaurant, look for coffee news. If they don't have it, tell them to get it by visiting coffeenewshouston.com.
It's light. It's free. It's coffee news.
With my Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus headset, I'm free. Free to talk to you while carrying a laptop bag, holding a cup of coffee, and fishing for my car keys. Now, you may ask me, Jim, is it really necessary to use the phone while doing all these things? My answer is it really necessary not to? Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus. It's my so comfortable, why wouldn't I use it all day headset.
Get your Voyager Pro Plus at Plantronics.com.
Turn up the sales on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Anything Internet will evaluate your website for marketing power, for traffic, for conversion rates. We'll figure out why people buy and why people go away. We'll help you generate the correct traffic that will turn into customers and make you money. Turn the juice up on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Turn your website into a web business. 1-800-686-5986.
Very often, people come to me saying,
Steven, how do I make radio advertising work?
Or even worse,
We've tried radio ads before and got little to no response.
so how do you make the radio work for you? Well, you could have a clever jingle.
Come buy my stuff. Come buy my stuff.
Or you may act crazy and loud and have an unbeatable offer.
I'll save you cash. I'll save you time, and I'll do it today, guaranteed.
But these techniques may work for some and not for others. The real key to advertising is to go back to basic marketing principles. Target your ideal prospect, make your message clear and concise, and touch the listener by connecting to their needs. Stephen K. Media specializes in radio advertising promotion that effectively broadcasts your company's message, yielding higher response and better results. As an independent agency representing major talk radio stations, we help you negotiate rates and place your ads targeting your ideal prospect. Call us today at 713-278-9109 or visit stephenk.biz. That's 713-278-9109 or email info@stephenk.biz.
You're listening to Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughes. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. We're wherever you are.
Okay, welcome back to the show. Our guest today is Mr. Dirk Cummins. He is the head of the Main Street Chamber. And remember, this is a nationwide chamber. There may be a chapter very near you if you're not a member of the Main Street Chamber. It is one of those organizations that really promotes entrepreneurship and small business. To find out more about the chamber, you can go to their website, which is MainStreetChamber.org, or you can give Dirk Cummins a phone call, and he will give you a call back if he doesn't pick up on the first ring. That number would be 713-609-9805. Again, his number is 713-609-9805. Now, in talking about the Main Street Chamber, we are sort of partnering with them,
right?
And we're doing an event that's coming up right here on the 19th, I believe. It's February 19th. It's from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to be at the Mark, which is right here in Houston, Texas, at the I-10 and Beltway 8 area. It's in City Center. And this is called Houston Small Business Connections. And we are keeping the spirit of the Main Street Chamber alive by bringing small business people into a networking event. We're making introductions, but more importantly, what we're doing is we're having some guests of honor.
That's right.
And these are individuals who have done great things in their business, and we want you to meet them. We want you to come out and ask them questions. They've overcome challenges in their business, and they're going to be right there in the room. They're going to pass out business cards. They're going to answer questions. And just to give a few names, we're going to have Earl Allen there. there.
That's right.
Craig Klein of
That's right.
Sales Nexus.
Right.
We're going to have Miss Sue Burnett of Burnett Staffing, and she is a wonderful story. She was also the cover story of one of our past Small Business Today magazines. And we have Jack Warkenthien, the Sales Machine.
That's right.
He's going to be in there. So anything sales, anything that you're having problems with, developing a sales system, how to pay salespeople, how to train them, how to manage them, you definitely need to talk to Jack. And one of the hosts is Dirk Cummins of the Main Street Chamber. So you want to meet someone, Dirk is going to be in the room. All you got to do is walk over and introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about what you do. And that goes for Stephen K., yourself, me, Bertrand McHenry.
That's right.
And we'll introduce you. We're there to make connections. This event is for and about you. And again, it's February 19th starts at 6 p.m. It's going to go to 9, and you can go to HoustonSmallBusinessConnections.com.
That's right. We're going to quarterback for you.
Yes, we are. Yes,
we're going to quarterback some relationships for you, so you don't want to miss that.
Now, Dirk, we're talking a little bit about small business people and some of the struggles that they have. Now, you're dealing with 28 states, so I know that you hear stories and you talk to entrepreneurs nationwide all the time. What are some of the most consistent problems that you see that are plaguing small business today?
One of the biggest problems that we're seeing out there is they're not making the right connections to further their business. They're doing a lot of the right things. They're doing internet marketing. They're doing social media marketing, but they are hoping that the people will come into their door. And they don't understand that the marketing is branding, is what it's used for. There's nothing that will ever replace that face-to-face meeting. Or if you're dealing, with someone that's in California and you're in New York, you still have to be able to pick up the phone and talk to the people. And a lot of them are apprehensive, and that's one of the things that we really try to help them with. Not only the chamber events, but your events as well, the ones that we're co-sponsoring when we get together and we introduce them so that they can make those connections. But they seem to be struggling most with the marketing and longer sales cycles because they haven't figured out how to use these social medias to close their sales.
And when you say branding and face to face, the thing that jumps off the page to me, Irvin, is how we're in a digital age at this point.
Right.
And you take the Manti Te'o story, where you develop a relationship with someone and you use a word as powerful as love, that you love this person that you've never physically met. It's very easy to fall into these cyber relationships. But Dirk, I think keeping in step with what you said, I just do not see business being done at a high or proficient level digitally. You have to still get out there, beat the streets. You still have to meet people. People have to feel your spirit and feel that you're the type of person that they want to do business with, Irv.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, there is still no substitute for looking someone in the eye, shaking their hand, and allowing your, and I'm just going to say, spirit to link with theirs.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for person-to-person connections.
Right.
And that's why I believe this is so ingenious. The model of the Main Street Chamber, even the extension of that and what we're doing through our events in conjunction with the Main Street Chamber to foster more of that. To me, John, Dirk, and you guys can chime in on this, but I really believe that now that we have the social media platform, so that we can at least make the initial contact very easily. But now to develop a relationship, there's an initial contact that we can all make very, very quickly and easily.
Right.
That's social media, no question. But when you're going to now go forward from that contact, that connection, and now make that into a relationship, I don't know that there's a whole lot of venues around where that's a safe environment to do that. And safe, what I mean by safe is where if someone new comes into that environment, the culture, the conditions under which that event is structured is to foster the beginning of a new relationship where introductions are made to help somebody meet somebody that they wouldn't have met otherwise.
Right. Now,
you bring that up, and one of the challenges, unfortunately, at the event on the 19th, the Small Business Connections event on the 19th, one of the people that I look at to solve those problems is Craig Klein. One of the things we all hate to hear is we have to implement a system, but we really do have to have a system that is on automatic so that we know that we can take care of all of that there's a place in all of this marketing where we actually sit down face to face and meet the people who are our prospective customers.
Now, let's edify Craig in terms of telling the listening audience what he does. Now, Craig is the president of Sales Nexus, and Sales Nexus is one of the sponsors of this show, and we talk about them on a daily basis. Now, you yourself, Dirk, have been in sales for many, many years, and I'm still amazed at times when I speak to someone who is in a sales organization, and the bottom line is that all business is about sales.
Right.
So the importance of having a good customer relationship management tool in place, I think, makes your sales process not only more streamlined, but it also makes you more proficient and profitable, because that if you use it properly, it does all of the thinking and takes out all of the guesswork, and it becomes your brain, if you will, and all you have to focus on are two things: meeting qualified individuals who can do business with you, and secondly, input the data of the conversations that you have with them, and do so accurately enough that when you go back to it, your mind will be refreshed about the last conversation, and you go right into moving them along throughout the buying process. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I agree with you 100%, because today, one of the quickest ways to get knocked out of the ballpark when you're trying to make a sale is not having the professional systems in place to do the follow-up. There's no more acceptance of, oh man, I'm sorry I couldn't get to it, or oh man, I got tied up and I couldn't call you, or I couldn't send out an email to you, or it just fell through the cracks, which is usually the case in small businesses. If we look in the mirror and don't lie to ourselves, so we've all let things fall through the cracks.
Right.
And the CRM system really keeps that from happening and allows us to focus on what we need to do, generate revenues to keep our businesses going.
And that is definitely the bottom line.
Yeah, and I just want to say, one of the things, we use Sales Nexus here on the show. And one of the things that is so unique about the Sales Nexus system, there's lots of competitive products out there that sell, companies that sell customer relationship management systems. But guys, I got to tell you, the way Craig Klein has set up this particular system to where a brand new person, even if you're a startup, can put that system to work in their company, and then to have it where almost at a granular level be able to reach out into the marketplace and pull back data to populate that new customer relationship management system, I think is phenomenal. What a key differentiator it is that once you sign up for Sales Nexus, you're able to actually go and pull in leads, if you will, on a monthly basis, and you can quantify and qualify those leads right down to what department you need to make a contact with in a particular company. I just think it's phenomenal.
And this is an example of not only what the Main Street Chamber is all about in helping small business people streamline their businesses, because as you said, Dirk, we're inundated with everything because we're wearing different hats. Some of us are the janitor all the way up to the president, right. And it's understandable that things are going to be forgotten and overlooked. But if it's truly about sales and it's about how often you stay in front of your customer and how often you are staying relevant, then you have to institute something like this. Our guest today is Mr. Dirk Cummins. He's with the Main Street Chamber. If you'd like to give Dirk a call, you can do so at 713-609-9805. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Folks, you're listening to Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughes, and it's brought to you by RingCentral.com. To get RingCentral's virtual PDX for your business, you can give them a call today at 888-716-5022. We'll be right back. More with Dirk Cummins right after this.
Turn up the sales on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Anything Internet will evaluate your website for marketing power, for traffic, for conversion rates. We'll figure out why people buy and why people go away. We'll help you generate the correct traffic that will turn into customers and make you money. Turn the juice up on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Turn your website into a web business. 1-800-686-5986.
Very often, people come to me saying,
Stephen, how do I make radio advertising work?
Or even worse,
We've tried radio ads before and got little to no response.
so how do you make the radio work for you? Well, you could have a clever jingle.
Come buy my stuff. Come buy my stuff.
Or you may act crazy and loud and have an unbeatable offer.
I'll save you cash. I'll save you time, and I'll do it today, guaranteed.
But these techniques may work for some and not for others. The real key to advertising is to go back to basic marketing principles. Target your ideal prospect, make your message clear and concise, and touch the listener by connecting to their needs. Stephen K. Media specializes in radio advertising promotion that effectively broadcasts your company's message, yielding higher response and better results. As an independent agency representing major talk radio stations, we help you negotiate rates and place your ads targeting your ideal prospect. Call us today at 713-278-9109 or visit stephenk.biz. That's 713-278-9109 or email info@stephenk.biz. Are you looking to improve your health and well-being? Have you lost your energy and vitality? Do you wake up feeling 10 years older than you actually are? Looking for a doctor who really listens? Looking for a natural alternative to your chronic health challenge? Dr. Dan Cooney is a chiropractic nutritionist who helps restore your health from the inside out using whole food supplements and specific nutritional counseling. Learn more about Dr. Dan's 7 Pillars of Health on his website, drdancooney.com, or give him a call at 713-295-9358.
Introducing the alternative to heavy news. Now,
Excuse me, heavy news?
you know, disasters, politics, stock market.
And this alternative is...
Coffee news. It's entertaining stories, famous quotes, and family fun. It's light news. Why it's so light, it's free.
Free?
In restaurants and coffee shops all across Houston. So next time you're waiting at a restaurant, look for coffee news. If they don't have it, tell them to get it by visiting coffeenewshouston.com.
It's light. It's free. It's coffee news.
With my Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus headset, I'm free. Free to talk to you while carrying a laptop bag, holding a cup of coffee, and fishing for my car keys. Now, you may ask me, Jim, is it really necessary to use the phone while doing all these things? My answer is it really necessary not to? Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus. It's my so comfortable, why wouldn't I use it all day headset.
Get your Voyager Pro Plus at Plantronics.com.
You're listening to Small Business Today. Visit us on the web at cruzandhughes.com. Here are your hosts, Cruz and Hughes.
Okay, welcome back to the show, guys. If you've missed any portion of this segment, or excuse me, of this interview today, you can always go back to cruzandhughes.com. That's www.cruise, C-R-U-I-S-E, just like Tom Cruise, and Hughes, H-U-G-H-E-S, just like, who's the most famous Hughes? Howard Hughes.
That's right, but no relation I can prove.
Same here with it. It relates to Tom.
That's exactly
so that's
right.
cruisandhughes.com. We always make certain that we keep links to our YouTube channel there, so if you ever want to watch what we do here in the studio, you always have the ability to do that, and know that we're working very hard and diligently to bring you some updated and cleaned up material. That's something that Irvin and I have promised to do this year, just as Irvin has promised to at some point get that great show that he does. I want to refer to it as a show.
That's
since
right.
you have a show coming up tomorrow.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But to get your seminar actually done through the web.
No, absolutely. And in fact, we're looking very much forward to that because, and by the way, folks, all of you guys who are our listening audience, thank you so much for reaching out to me and the support of our government contracting program and asking us to put this on the web so that you can get this same information in your area via the web that we do right here in Houston. And we are working very diligently on that. And let me just tell you what, I am excited about it.
Absolutely.
It's going to be great.
Absolutely. And this show is for and about you, so if ever there's something that you need us to do for you, if you need some advice, some information, you can definitely always contact us through our emails at Irvin at cruisinghughes.com or John at cruisinghughes.com. Our guest today is Mr. Dirk Cummins. Dirk is the head of the Main Street Chamber. We're talking a little bit about, in the last segment, some of the issues that plague small business.
Right.
And now I want to sort of kind of move forward a little bit. Now, Dirk, you guys keep an extensive calendar. Is that calendar available for people to see at your website?
Yes, they can go on the website, the .org website, and they can click on events, and events are listed all over the country as to where we're having events, what type of the event is, whether it's a mixer or a lunch and learn or a golf tournament. Some of our chapters have put on golf tournaments, and I know we're going to do one in 2014. So
okay.
That's going to be exciting as well. So they can go there and get it. MainStreetChamber.org.
Well, I'll tell you what, 2014 gives Irvin and I enough time to work on our golf game where we can at least get that score close to 100.
That's exactly right. I'm almost there, Dirk. I'm listening. I'm down to 103 now.
Dirk,
well, I can do that on 9 holes.
I tell you what, we'll let you drive the car.
That's exactly right. Say, Dirk, I have a question. Now, with regard to members who join the Main Street Chamber, eventually, I mean, I know that there are members there who have been in business for a while, and that's certainly a great thing. But is the Main Street Chamber a good venue or a good group to join if you're a brand new startup? What's your take on that?
I think it's one of the best groups in the country that you can join as a startup. Because one of the things about entrepreneurs is we tend to remember that we were startups once.
That's true.
And in a lot of cases, we have serial entrepreneurs that are almost in startup mode every few years with new business. And they really will take someone that they have that's just come in as a new person and say, hey, let me help.
Sure.
I mean, one of the biggest things that you hear at any of our networking events from our members when they're meeting someone is, how can I help you grow your business?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You know what people would be very well served to do is to develop an answer for that.
That's right.
How many times have you asked someone that question, and then it's like they just start staring
they
into space.
Can't answer.
They're so taken aback
That's right.
by the fact that I'm willing to help you grow your business.
Right.
What should I do first?
That's exactly
Who should I speak to?
Right.
And then you get someone that's sort of so as a small business person, you should develop an answer for that. If someone asks you, how can I help you grow?
Right.
Develop an answer.
Sure.
How can that person truly help you? What is it that you need most?
Right. And let me say this too. That means that you need to, as a business owner, and we all need to do this. We need to be crystal clear about what our business model is, because if you can't define your business model, boy, you can't tell where the holes are. And then when you run across someone at a Main Street Chamber who's going to walk up to you and stick their hand out, introduce themselves, and say, "Hey, how can I help you grow your business?" And you can't answer because you don't know your own business well enough.
Right.
And, that's one of the things that we talk about, John, on the show all the time is that, man, you got to get your hands around what business are you in?
Yeah.
What is your model? How do you earn revenue? How do you generate revenue? But here's the sweetness, Dirk, and I want your take on this. Even if you're a person who doesn't quite know, maybe you don't have your hands around that.
Mm-hmm.
The Main Street Chamber is a great place to find the tools and resources and the people to help you get your head around it.
Absolutely.
Is that fair to say?
It's more than fair to say, and we talked about in a couple segments ago of people they're afraid to come in and that, and they're also afraid as new businesses or businesses that are in trouble to say that hey, I need some help.
Right.
It may be, hey, you guys are really marketing your radio show well. Can you help me get mine off the ground? Here's where I'm having a problem.
Right.
Did you run into that as well? But we're afraid to say that because we want everybody to think that everything's perfect. It's that positive mental attitude thing going on.
Yeah.
And there's a place for that, but
Absolutely.
there's also a place for looking at somebody and say, boy, I'm glad you asked. Here's how you can help my business. I'm trying to sell widgets in Northeast Houston. Do you know anything about that area?
Right. Absolutely. You know what? And I think, Dirk, to your point, we sometimes see help, especially men entrepreneurs. Right. I don't see this as much with women.
No, women are much better at it than we are.
They're much better at saying,
right.
Yes, you can help me. This is what I'm working on. This is what my goals and aspirations are. But for men, we sort of see help as weakness. And
yeah, we don't ask for directions real well.
I know I don't.
Certainly
I just battle and drive through it, you know. But that's not always a good thing. And so, and especially as it relates to running your business. And I think that you should not view help as weakness. Somebody always has the answers to help and assist you along in what you're doing if you have the confidence enough and courage just to ask.
Now,
and they want to. That's the greatest part about it. Actually want to help you.
Absolutely. Now, Dirk, I have a question about members. If a person is a new member to the Main Street Chamber and maybe they have an idea for an event that could maybe benefit everybody in the chamber, even if it's just to maybe showcase some of their something in their business or something that their business does, is that okay to do in the Main Street Chamber, or how do they go about doing that if they have an opportunity that they think might benefit everybody?
Yes, there's a couple of ways they can do that. One is through lunch and learns, if they're able to stand up there and share with people how it would benefit them and some of the pitfalls. Some of the other ways, though, and actually the simplest way is go to any of the chapter presidents and say, hey, I would like to make this available to the membership. And you want to know something? They have, and you've seen it happen, where in the meeting when they're thanking our sponsors and our ambassadors, they'll say something like, hey, and so has this. You know, we did that with Craig Klein's business, the way, because we think it's a great organization over there. So we want to help them showcase it, and we'll help businesses showcase their business any chance we get. But before we end up ending this show, I want to say one thing. Congratulations to Mr. John Hughes. He's just been John Cruz, I'm sorry. He's just been appointed to the board of the directors of GMS Foundation. Congratulations, John.
Absolutely.
Wow, congratulations, John. My partner, John Cruz. Moving on. You're listening to the Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughes. It's brought to you by SalesNexus.com. SalesNexus offers the best in web-based customer relationship management systems. You can sign up today for a free trial copy of SalesNexus by visiting SalesNexus.com or calling them at 888-267-3589. Hang on, folks. We're in the home stretch. We'll be right back right after this.
Are you looking to improve your health and well-being? Have you lost your energy and vitality? Do you wake up feeling 10 years older than you actually are? Looking for a doctor who really listens? Looking for a natural alternative to your chronic health challenge? Dr. Dan Cooney is a chiropractic nutritionist who helps restore your health from the inside out using whole food supplements and specific nutritional counseling. Learn more about Dr. Dan's 7 Pillars of Health on his website, drdancooney.com, or give him a call at 713-295-9358.
Introducing the alternative to heavy news. Now,
Excuse me, heavy news?
you know, disasters, politics, stock market.
And this alternative is?
Coffee news. It's entertaining stories, famous quotes, and family fun. It's light news. Why it's so light, it's free.
Free?
In restaurants and coffee shops all across Houston. So next time you're waiting in a restaurant, look for coffee news. If they don't have it, tell them to get it by visiting coffeenewshouston.com.
It's light. It's free. It's coffee news.
With my Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus headset, I'm free. Free to talk to you while carrying a laptop bag, holding a cup of coffee, and fishing for my car keys. Now, you may ask me, Jim, is it really necessary to use the phone while doing all these things? My answer is it really necessary not to? Plantronics Voyager Pro Plus. It's my so comfortable, why wouldn't I use it all day headset.
Get your Voyager Pro Plus at Plantronics.com.
Turn up the sales on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Anything Internet will evaluate your website for marketing power, for traffic, for conversion rates. We'll figure out why people buy and why people go away. We'll help you generate the correct traffic that will turn into customers and make you money. Turn the juice up on your website today with anythinginternet.com. Turn your website into a web business. 1-800-686-5986.
Very often, people come to me saying,
Stephen, how do I make radio advertising work?
Or even worse,
we've tried radio ads before and got little to no response.
So how do you make the radio work for you? Well, you could have a clever jingle.
Come buy my stuff. Come buy my stuff.
Or you may act crazy and loud and have an unbeatable offer.
I'll save you cash. I'll save you time, and I'll do it today, guaranteed.
But these techniques may work for some and not for others. The real key to advertising is to go back to basic marketing principles. Target your ideal prospect, make your message clear and concise, and touch the listener by connecting to their needs. Stephen K. Media specializes in radio advertising promotion that effectively broadcasts your company's message, yielding higher response and better results. As an independent agency representing major talk radio stations, we help you negotiate rates and place your ads targeting your ideal prospect. Call us today at 713-278-9109 or visit stephenk.biz. That's 713-278-9109 or email info@stephenk.biz.
You're listening to Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughes. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. We're wherever you are.
Okay, welcome back to the show. We've had a great time talking to our good friend who is the head of the Main Street Chamber, Mr. Dirk Cummins. If you want to give Dirk a call and talk to him about what the Main Street Chamber can do for you and your small business, and even equally as important, what you as a small business can do to help grow the Main Street Chamber, give him a phone call at 713-609-9805. Again, his number is 713-609-9805. Remember, this is a nationwide chamber. They're in 28 states. There's probably a chapter close to you. So if you haven't heard of them, go to MainStreetChamber.org and find one and join. Dirk, this is our short segment. We got a couple minutes left. Is there anything you want to leave the good people of Houston and surrounding areas with?
Yes, it's all about connections, building relationships, and that will
90 seconds
generate your business.
You know, and if relationships are key, that's one of the top things that you can get out of your affiliation with the Main Street Chamber. Now, as far as you guys are growing so quickly, we got about a minute left, but I do want you to answer this question. I know that you're getting attention from local as well as national companies that want to work with the Main Street Chamber. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, there's a lot of companies out there that want to in the small business market, and they're contacting us, and there are going to be some programs coming down the road that are going to be so inexpensive for small businesses.
That's fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I thank you so much for being on our show. And by the way, Dirk, thank you for having John and I on your show. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it so much. Always love being with you guys. Have a great Valentine's Day.
You do the same, Dirk, and we'll talk soon. Guys, I want to thank you for listening to the Small Business Today show with Cruz and Hughes. Our guest today has been Mr. Dirk Cummins of the Main Street Chamber. One more time, if you'd like to connect with them, you can go to their business website, which is www.mainstreetchamber.org. This is the place where we discuss the topics that inspires entrepreneurs from thought to action. I'm John Cruz.
I'm Irv Hughes.
And until tomorrow, be smart, be successful, and above all else,
be in action.
Irv and I will see you tomorrow.
Take care.